Ah, we're back. I have a confession. When I opened up Streamlabs today, it said, go fuck yourself. So if everything looks weird, it's because of that. And I had to try to fix it. And that's just what streaming is about, I think. Personally. Do I feel... Is it me or do I feel like... Am I too far to the... My right, your left? Do I need to move over? Do I need to move over? Potential leads. Let me shimmy over a little. There we go. Is that good? I don't know. You tell me. The fuck. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. I think it's day 22 is what it said, or not. I don't know. Guys, good news. The birds are still here. Last time we got the basement key. Here, and we're going to check something. Oh, I need to clean. Hang on. We got the basement key and we got all the way to the basement. Sorry, sometimes you don't know until you open like a particular game that your mouse's trackball needs to be dusted. And then sometimes it like refuses to be cleaned. And you're like, can I please? Anyway. So here's the thing. We went through all of that only to discover... Oh, thank God. Okay, only to discover a lot of bullshit down here, and I don't really want to deal with it. And I've wasted 2 steps just checking. And that's fine. And that's fine. Because I didn't want... It looks like there's a lot of shit I'm going to need to do. And I'm just uncertain about what the move should be. So a couple of things... I think that might be the most interesting thing, or the next, like, main story, like, or main progress goal would be to get to the pump room and take some water out of the reservoir that's down there because it's too high. The water is simply too high, and it needs to be less high so we could take a little boat across. I couldn't find... You know what? Fuck it. We're just wasting our steps to, like, poke around down here today. Who needs steps? Alright, bust ass in here. What's up, nerds? Can I do anything with this? No? Okay, it's just vibes. This is what I'm talking about. I think this is the reservoir. Actually, I know it is, because it says it right there. We gotta get... We're apparently hydrophobic. And we gotta get over there. I'm certain. This is the house. We're not in the house. Right, so there's nothing over there. There's some things down here. But I think we're going to have to get across to make good use of them. So, fuck this. Abandoned mind bullshit. Mine bullshit. So, I made note of all the locations that are on this map. It shows all this stuff, right? Foundation, elevator, concealed, entrance. So there's several entrances down here, which is going to be important because depending on how much we need to drain the reservoir, we are going to need to put water back into the fountain, which is currently our only way down here. I'm hoping I won't have to do that, but I have a bad feeling. And so for right now, since that's the only way we're down, we might be fucked. I don't know. But there are other entrances. There are other entrances. As we can see, there's a tomb entrance, exclamation point. There's a cliffside exit. I think I know what that is. I think I actually do know where that is. I just don't know. It's like a closed metal door that probably needs to be like a switch hit or something. It's not like a locked door even. So we don't have access to that. I don't know what the concealed entrance is. We do have the foundation. It's the same every day. It's like the only room that's like that now besides the entry room. We unlocked it at some point. But I don't know how... There is a foundation elevator, but it's raised too high for us to even get on the elevator. And I don't know what to do there. So we have to find a way to lower that elevator. There's a couple of things to look at. There's a basement. But the weird thing is, like, it's not on... This 1 through 9 doesn't list the basement on here, which is weird. You can see 5 is a fountain entrance. We can kind of glimpse that, but I don't think we can actually see on this map where we are. It's worth noting... I should write down that the whole gel points... Gel points... It points to your dreams. I think it has to do with the cloister angel and the direction it faces. It could also be... Let me make a note. It could also be the chapel, or it could be both. I don't know. I also want to note... Oops, I didn't do that. That was somebody else who did that. There's this thing, right? So we learned at one point how to read these, but this one's unique in that it doesn't match. It's hard to tell. Where's my notes on this section? Because I like wrote out very detailed notes about this and was like to myself, here's hoping I actually use this information. And I think I will. Where is it? Okay, yeah. So first of all, there's like a couple of elements that we have to look at with this sigil thing. It's a realm sigil. Is what this type of one is called. The thing in the center, the number of rays, like lines, what's going on with those lines, these little symbols in the middle, if you will, not the very center, but kind of between the rays, and then the outer ring. All of those mean something. So the symbol at the very center, I think, is the name of the, like, corresponds to, like, the country, ? Which the book that we found with some of this data was, like, pretty fucked up, and not in the best condition. But based on what we've seen and heard, we think this center piece is for a country named Arindia. Excuse me. Thank you so much. And we know from other secrets and things that Arindia's banner colors / like their go-to color appears to be green, which would correspond to the outer ring and like what's going on with that. This one, it doesn't look like there's anything going on, but you'll notice there are these like angled lines, which would symbolize green, if that's the case. And there's not really, that would be like a hard thing to mistake, because the closest one to that is still pretty different. And then you have the number of rays. The rays, that's like, again, that's a part of the book that's kind of fucked up. It appears to be something to do with transportation. Now, in the book, from what we could see, there were 4 options. And I thought they corresponded... Fuck, I don't know. I thought it was by 2s, if you will. So there was 2, 4, 6, and 8. And 8 represented like ship routes. Carriages was 6, like ? I don't know. 4 trails, horseback riding maybe, I don't know. Locomotion was 2. And then the shape or like the decoration of the rays has to do with weather. Now we know fog looks similar to this, where it has like almost those like power lines, but the fog one only had 2 lines, not these 3. So maybe I should draw this stupid fucking thing. Hang on. Oh, that's the red pen. I don't want to use my red pen. Alright, this is gonna be kind of tough. Circle. Oh, and then even a bigger circle. Oops. And I already fucked it up a bit. Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. The fact that there's 3 rays is one of the things that fucks with me. Oh, and then the symbols, the little symbol, the smaller symbols, They look like little Tetris blocky guys. I think that just symbolizes that it's a metropolitan society, which is fine. I feel like I already drew this. I feel like I concretely remember drawing this. Oh, there it is. Well, I drew a really bad version, so I'm going to draw a slightly less bad version. And then we're gonna be so stoked about that, I think. I think it's gonna be good for us. Okay, let me try to get these lines correct, because I feel like you never know what's gonna be important. Okay, so we've written that down. Which we know Arindia is a different place from where we are currently. We are currently in Fen Aries, where like red is the big thing, and there's a lot of blatant red blue symbolism in the game / generally red symbolism. But they're great. So it's this was the first sign I thought that maybe like this whole section down here is like part of this underground rebel group against Fen Aries' royal like nationalist party. I don't know, that our mother and our grandfather especially were a part of resisting in some way, and then our uncle had to play this weird middle ground because he was the Baron. Our great uncle is the Baron, and you know, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so then we have this. I pulled this back. We can go back over there and double check, but I don't think there was anything. I think I'm going to want this pulled back so that maybe when we get across the water, we can like go between. We can go down here and that'll do something else for it. It'll be better to accomplish that. I don't know. Right, because this. Okay. The rotating room. We probably want to go there. We probably want to look at all of these because you see these. I don't know what these blocks do, but we don't have one on this one. Hello. So I have a feeling what we're what we need to do next. This can only go so far, I think. We can't get rid of it. Is leave that little passage open that we can't access right now. We could climb over this cart. You know, we could do a lot of things, is all I'm going to say. This, and can't open. Ideally find another way down here. Unlock it. That would be great. Drain the reservoir just enough to use, because we also can't risk draining it too much, and then the boat not being able to reach the dock. So as annoying, I don't want to have to like drain it by one, come all the way, check, drain it by another, you know, but that may be what is required. I simply don't know. There's probably a lot more to do too with the whole pump room, because we only drained 2 of the bodies of water so far and found out what that does. Which one was just like, get some sick ass coins. And then the other was the goddamn fountain. Okay. What do we want? Do we want, no, we definitely don't want the steps. Items for trade, dig spots. We don't have shit right now. Whatever. We can pick this. Can I solve that? Oh no, that puzzle's gone now. There was a little puzzle over here. There's also this, a little too dangerous to pick up. Because I'm 14 apparently. We are a 14-year-old Simon. We don't have shit. We don't have anything. Useless. But it can be good to double check that there's not any zesty little tools. Besides the dynamite and flour. And cocoa-coffee. I wouldn't personally... Ooh, I thought that was gonna... Anyway. I personally wouldn't be, like, keen on putting coffee... anything edible that close to gasoline. It's just like a vibes thing. I don't know that there's any real danger, but I feel... Ooh, I also remember wanting to see if you can get the garage and subsequently unlock the door on the east wing as opposed to the west wing. Bam! There's our allowance. Thank you. Let's go this way first, then. Oh, shit. Wait, I do want the library, though. I forgot I upgraded that last time to where we always get the library. Oh. And I should remember we discovered a puzzle in the study, not the office, pertaining to a hidden message based on the various paintings. Based on the various paintings and this layout. So, like, for example, this reading nook, there's a pine tree and a pin. E is the difference there, and that, so an E goes in this spot. And this final word is the word safes, which I've already figured it out. There's a couple of ones that are, like, really, I haven't been able to figure out. So I'm missing, like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 9 letters. Depending. Tee-hee-hee. Tee-hee. Love it. This is how we get some sick books. All right. Reviewed and cleared for publication. Hello, Roach and Bread. How are you? Okay. Oh my gosh. Let's get this fucking book. The History of Orindia. So this is going to be helpful to us because we just learned Orindia actually matters. Oh, the detective. This is going to be important. Okay, I feel like... Oh, and I forgot Caleb Manning wrote this. Caleb Manning was our mom's mentor, and he was arrested on alleged, like, treason or some shit, and we don't really know what ended up happening to him. Whether he escaped or not. I feel like it's implied that he did escape, and at one point he was here in this fucking house. Hiding for like a couple of days. It's like a whole thing. I'm writing down details. I'm writing down book details. This was the Ruffington Red, publish 1979. Okay, so then we have February 8th. Oh, that's a 9. February 9th, 81. That was our uncle, Herbert. And then we have January 6th, 84. Who the hell is Mary Jones? I think that is a brand new name, which is kind of wild to come across. I know our mom was named Marion, but that wasn't her. It is Jones. Mary Matthew Jones or something. I don't know. Okay, that must have been her. Mother, are you here? Burb, hi Panda. Oh my god. Hey. It's burb time. How the hell are you? As I'm desperately trying to mark down the secrets of the universe. Uh-oh. I think I know what's going on here. So we have Detective Bon Margall. He also took out a different book at one point. I wish I could remember. Oh, there it is. On March 2nd. He took out Swinburne, which is our mom's second book. Swinburne didn't really seem... I mean, it did have some political allegory, but it wasn't really that, like... Arguably, it wasn't very much. How's the game? Did you progress much? Took many notes. I am sitting on a lot of notes. We have made a lot of good progress, but there's still a lot of mysteries. I think I have 4 of the 7 envelopes. There's still a lot of side mysteries, I think, to solve. And we have technically gotten to the antechamber that leads to the 46th room. and we've unlocked the basement that we're going to need to do something in, but we're kind of stuck with the basement, and that's what we're working on today. But right now, we're going to learn about Arindia. But first, we're going to learn about the book. Did you solve any of the outside things? Yes. The orchard is good. We've unlocked the orchard. We've unlocked the mine. We've unlocked the outdoor room. The fountain is drained. The mine, so I can have my gems every day. We also have an allowance. I did like the pawn puzzle. We got that thing with the 4. I wish I saw it. The mine? I can show it to you next time, we're outside. It's really not that exciting. It's also implied that there's like a mine entrance to the basement, which I think is separate than the mine. Listen, we made some good progress. Okay, so we have the detective, and I feel like it's worth noting. I'm making like a special note for Detective Bon Margle. He was here in March 2nd of 87, which is actually after. Hey, this is fascinating. Didn't our mom vanish in 86, or am I wrong? This is going to be important. Where did I put the notes about the rough timeline? No, our mom disappeared. But we know she didn't actually disappear. She just staged a disappearance in February of 87. I forget exactly when. I don't think it was like super explicit. It was like, oh, something last week, whatever. So February of 1987, our mom disappeared. Early March 1987, Detective Bon Margle is investigating this house. Or at least is taking out some of the books here. And so far, the books that Dawn has taken out are Swimbird, which was written by our mom, and The History of Arindia, which is very curious. More importantly, he also, I'm assuming, I don't know who Dawn is, came back in September, which I believe is around the time that our mom actually left the country. And also, coincidentally, there was a jewel heist. There was a very important jewel heist where the crown, the like ruby crown of Fennery's, where we are, was stolen. So clearly it was the same detective who came here on both accounts. So I don't know, there's implications there. I feel like there's some implications. Okay, Bon Margle. Okay, were the chess pieces? They were! So we found some valves throughout some of these like places, especially like the extra like exterior places that we unlocked. And it opened, and each valve like turned on some like gasoline whatever pipe and lit one of 4 torches, or like podiums. And when we got all 4 done, an elevator outside opened that took us down to this weird like cliffside, like slightly underground ruins that was implied to have existed like nothing to do with this. But I think it was subsequently connected to some things. We found a good number of stuff down there, but one of the things we found was a chamber with like the house layout board, the 5 by like 9 board, and chess pieces. And so we ended up having to like I'm glad I kept track of those fucking chess pieces, because you had to basically draw a room that had each of the chess pieces in it. So we had to draw like an office to get like the king or whatever, the king. We had to draw, the hardest one I think was the king and queen. We had to draw a nook to get the like rook, whatever. And then based on where those rooms were, we had to place the chess pieces. And we unlocked a permanent upgrade. We got to kind of pick, and we can change it by redoing the puzzle. But I picked one where every day, once a day, when we reach a high enough rank, like we've got enough rooms placed, we actually get to pick from one of the other powers. It's called Ambition of the Pawn is the one that I picked. But it was, in fact, it was something. It was something. There was a good reason to make note of these bitches. Okay, so let me keep... Sorry, detective. And then in September 3, same year, same. And then us. Okay, so it is currently, what, day 22? And it's November 28th, 93. All right, let's check out the book still. Okay, History Arindia. It's been marked as reviewed. So we clearly have a political situation where you can't just say shit. Including the omission... It has been edited to conform to our department standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable. So, yeah, that's not that surprising. Oops. Okay. Oh, okay. The name used to designate the realms of Eastern Waters, blank, is no longer blank. Known to the average citizen, blank, of the elder generation. Blank, we must permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon our past. What? The fuck? Agera? Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, Agera, by the ascension of the first king. Okay. Fuck. Let me keep making notes. First era. There was a first era. There was a king. Oris. Later graced the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Known as a merchant lord. Regarded by history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are limited trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce that he had but one aim: expansion. Uh-oh. Interesting. And then we get a lot of nothing. Second era. Okay. It was the fourth king. Oh. Who split the land for his kids. Okay, fuck yeah, sure. That makes sense. Okay. Into 3 for the 3 kids. The eldest he granted the fields and mountains. Okay, so the eldest got the fucking, I don't know, fields and mountains and some shit of the king's great grandfather. So that is the middle province. Heartspring of nation. The elder accepted the gift. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, God. Okay, great. And then we had the youngest, Arc Aries, which probably is what became it's fine. This might help us also fill out some of the words for places that we didn't know before. Like that must be Raja? Ooh. Anyway. Arc Aries, Northern Storms. Not as developed, more vast. Okay, and then we have the middle child. Shout out to middle children being fucking remembered ever. Fenneries. Like Fenn, I think is how it's spelled. And then, Fent too. That's fine too. Who knows? The middle child was the only daughter. Southern region. Oh, wow. Raja. Steeped in tradition. Great. The third era. Oh my god. Okay, I already know what that is. As the second era drew to a close, the three sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart. Despite these differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. Did you find anything? Oh, I just remember. What about the password for that one room we found with the password hidden? Oh, yeah, that one was actually I think I know what you're talking about, where it was scratched out. Yes, because there's one of the items that you could find relatively easily, especially early on, is a magnifying glass. And so we were able to find out, it's like a terminal password that we can use to connect the various, like, basically computers. It's actually more of a convenience thing, I think, than anything else. Because but it's also kind of a pain in the ass, because every time you get one of the rooms, there's like 4 rooms that have a computer terminal, and you could use that room. Each computer terminal is a little unique in terms of what it can do. There's some overlap, but there's mainly the one thing it can do, and then you can connect it to the network using that password and be able to then access any of the ones that you've connected that day. But it also means you have to go through the little dial-up connection every time. It's a little bit of a bitch. But it is there. We did sort that one out. Third era was the succeeding generations of their heirs continued the tradition, and the third era was defined by absolutely nothing. Commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying out the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Okay, so there's 3 realms. That we can see here. And I'm going to roughly be like, oh. And do like a really messy attempt at like drawing them. But I think the middle one is supposed to be Orindia. That's like weird. Okay, there's great. Okay, so we know. What do we know? So the password. No, it's the same every day, thank goodness. But you do have to like connect the computers using the password every single day if you want to do that. So it's a little annoying. Oh, so we don't know what this is. The top one is called. We know that this bottom one is probably a Raja, which that symbol was found in her ladyship, our grandmother's room. And on the locket with our grandfather, and on the her journal, which is still locked. We've never found any way to unlock the journal. Normal keys don't seem. There must be a special key hidden somewhere. I don't know. And it's not the locket. She was from the Espen family, so I think there's a connection to this country with them. And then that shape, of course, is Orindia, probably. Orindia. Oh, 4th era. Oh my god. Everybody panic. Okay, the 4th era. As the kingdom entered the 4th era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. So let's make note of him. King Desolate. Oh, wow. It's a bit on the nose. With the connection to the word desolation, but that's fine. Often seen drinking, a sight that shocked the gentry, but the masses as well. Drinking? Question mark. Oh my god. How many errors are there? Panic. There's not going to be that many. Baron Sinclair, thank you for your cooperation with our department in this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status. This means all the more that you're not only tolerant, but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of Arindia could be found, it would be within the Baron's own collection. Perhaps I was misinformed. Oh, we definitely have one, and they definitely would not let him have it. Oh, gosh. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, and I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh at this after you've given me the actual manuscript. Oh, fuck you, Margle. We have the detective's note, and we know for sure he is a Red Guard, or they are. And also a bitch. Get fucked. IDK Margot, but yeah, fuck her. I don't know what kind of name Bon is, so I have no idea. Wait, okay. The King of Blank, what the fuck does that mean? No one, when he made the decision to move the castle and court behind, people were overjoyed by the story. Were those to view the King's heart to be unbecoming of the letter T, harmful. These voices planted the seed which took root in the grand city of Fen. Great. Era of Ruin? There was an era of ruin? After the passing of King Desolates III, the fourth era came to abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died. Great. He's dead. Ooh, era of ruin. On the very next day, the 6th of October, Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. Okay, King Desolates the Third died, ... And then possibly the next day, on October 6th, which is weird that there's like such a specific day in here. October 6th, Prince Learson? What a horrible name. Of Fen. He declared himself king. It was bolstered by a blank. Oh. Okay. And this was despite the existence of fucking Desolates or whatever, the fourth. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. Oh my god. So there was a civil war. The Fensurrection was terrible. The Gardens of Fen, once the center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield. Oh shit. Okay. Let's make note. The pacification of Fen. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together, they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade Arc-Aries and Nuance. So Arc-Aries is totally different. Oh shit, where's my little... It's impossible to keep organized. Maybe that's what this one is. Huh. Okay, let me make notes. Endless notes. Okay, we can say Learson allied with the Northern Regiment, Arc Aries, and Nuance. What the fuck? However, even with the tide turning, victory not come easy, the War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 years. This war has too many names. It's like, oh, the Civil War, the pacification of Fen, the fucking War of the Fifth Era. It was 22 years long. 1 in 3 died. Oh. Oh, Oris had fallen and with it the realm. Oh, the black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned. Interesting. Black flags burned. And in their place, red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal party fled to the south. Oh my gosh. We need to hydrate. Let me double check that is it. No, shit. Okay. All right. We're going to get there. Let's take it. Let's take a drink. Let's hydrate. Da 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 da. Okay. And then let's note this seems I think this is going to be the last one. Current era is 6. Okay, everyone's friends, allies, which is Fen Aries, Art Aries, and Araja. We'll share common past, great, land full of so much, and then just a single great. Damn. All right, well, good coupon book, thank you. Good intel, possibly. Good intel, I don't know, just history. We need you hydrated, and well, I need to be hydrated, okay? After reading this very dry history book, it's more about the, like, it's less about the history, it's more about the modern political implications of whatever the fuck has gone down. You know? Oh yeah, let's see. Oris had fallen, and with it the realm. That's fascinating. The way... Anyway, I could sit and, like, overanalyze that, but we'll move on. I don't really want to launder currency right now. Ooh, but this might actually be great to save us on gems. Ooh, I don't have a shovel. An orange! A single orange. Thank you. I will need those steps, I'm sure. So I'm excited to keep getting the library. We're making progress through the list of books. I think we're probably about halfway. I'm glad we got that upgrade. Ooh, security would be nice to have. Yeah, let's go for it. Oh, so you can see the terminal here in a second. Let me... Okay. Items? No? Where are we? There we are. You can see us. Okay, perfect. So here's one of the terminals. And you don't need the password to access this terminal, but if you want to access, like, the network, you need it, which is somewhat useful. Let's see. So we can't really do anything here. Special orders can be helpful, but I don't know that we really need anything. This is cute. They left us a message. Remote terminal. So this is, as we unlock them today, we'll be able to access everything. But then it resets every day. I still haven't figured out data transfers. It did start with an S. I was right. You were right! Yes, it's Swan Song, because birds are kind of a common theme here, but I think swans are kind of a big bird for, like, our family. They're on our, crest. I don't want to fuck with the key... Actually, I do want to fuck with the keycard system a little bit. Not that. That's fine. Let me go back. Change to unlocked. Okay, back. Exit. If we could find a key card, that would be great. Burbs, fits your theme. I know! I know! So true. Alright, let's get the drawing room. This is one of the rooms that had a red letter. And we can also just open these safes again on any day. To read the letter again, of course. But also because there's a gem inside. And we need that gem. So. But yeah, there's a lot of birds. Our mom wrote children's books. And she wrote one called Swimbird. And we still have a plushie of it, which is like the cutest thing in the world. Okay, so maybe this would be a good place for like a nice... Oh. Sure. Oh, there's the magnifying glass. Wooden passageway since it gives you a four-way. Well, not in that spot. So you'll notice this is facing the front of the house. Like if you think about the entrance, this is the entrance right here. Oh, you'll want to look for my tiny little black cursor. And having a 4-room isn't going to do... It's going to be kind of a waste. First of all, we didn't have enough gems to buy it. We need 2. But even then, it would take us back to the entrance hall, which is nice. And it would allow us another room here, which is nice. But this part, we couldn't go anywhere here. Because this is the front of the house. This is where the house ends. So the 4-way room would be much better, like, in a spot in basically one of these 3 sort of columns, as long as they're not on the top or bottom row. So you kind of have to think about that placement. I also was thinking about the fact that, like, you are gonna get dead-end rooms, like the quest bedroom, for example, or the closet and stuff, and aside from a few exceptions, most of these rooms you can only draw once in a day. So when I'm looking at a spot like that where I'm like, okay, we can go further to the left, or we could take advantage and put a room there that I don't want to run into later, you know, so that I'm more likely to draw something more useful. It's like, you have to get a little strategic and saucy about it. I've already read that letter. Get a little strategic. See, now this would be a much better place for the passageway, but I simply cannot afford it. I'm simply too poor. And it's tragic. You're smart. Oh my god, thank you. We're apparently not going to have... Oh, I could have redrawn. Oh, well. I didn't. Give me that key. Yeah, you kind of have to be if you want to be able to get, like, good rooms and not close yourself out an excess number of times. I do want to get to the foundation, but I don't know if there's any value there. Hi, Ivan. Oh, my God. MB wasn't here last 2 streams. Had a busy weekend. What have I missed? So much lore. Here's the short version. My dumbass would just choose the one with the most passage. You're like, done. No, you have to. I mean, the game forces you to learn in that sense. Here's the general vibe. Our uncle's still dead. Probably. No, he's probably dead. Our great uncle. We're inheriting, but a condition of inheriting his estate is that we find the 46th room, which is beyond this room. Whatever. It's a whole thing. Puzzles and galore. Our mom disappeared like 8-ish years ago. No, 6 years ago or something. And our uncle being a bear, there's like a lot of political shit that went on. Our mom faked her disappearance, may have been involved in a jewel heist, may be trying to attempt an insurrection, or presumably failed. There's like a lot to unpack. So I'll just, like, as we come across things, I'll just try to reiterate what I remember for everyone's sanity. But, boy, there's, like, a lot. Oh, that scared me. That scares me when it does that. There's a lot going on here. And we've solved so many puzzles. Look at all these permanent additions I have. We unlocked the outer room, which today is a trade post. We have this ambition of the pawn. Look at this. This is great. We have 4 of the 7. Were there any more safes? I think so. I think the last time you were in stream, we might have only had 1 or 2 red envelopes. And now we have 4. So here's the summary of the red envelopes. There was one in there that was written to our mom from our great uncle, in which he was basically saying, I'm pretty sure yesterday was the last time we're ever going to meet in this life. Like, that sucks, but, you know, less than 3. I know your primary concern is Simon's well-being, and so I'm going to do whatever I got to do to look after him. Whatever. If you're lucky, you know, you'll be back. No, you know, I have every faith in you and your goal in following your father's footsteps, implying, like, her in political, I don't know, involvement in rebellion or some shit, and him being, like, really important for the timeline was him being, like, the fact that he dated the letter in April, and the fact that he notes, like, oh, if everything goes well, you'll be back by the time Simon turns 10, and then he mentions 2 years is a long time, but, like, you know, you'll get through it. So implying that she disappeared when we were 8. And we know from newspaper clippings and stuff that we found that she disappeared in 87, February of 87. It's currently 1983, so fun fact, we're 14. Process that. That was one of the envelopes. Another envelope was written to our great uncle from our father, being like, fuck you and fuck your shit. You're lying about Mary's disappearance, quote unquote. And you're a boot-looking piece of shit, and we're not coming for Christmas. So, obviously, our father and uncle had a falling out. There's a letter we got from our dad in the present, that implies they might have had some level of reconciliation, or at least, like, they were able to speak to each other in our uncle's final days. But it's clear that there was beef, which I think our great uncle might have done some, like, ass-kissing with the intent to protect us at our mother's request, not because of his own political feelings. He's kind of in a difficult position, it seems like. Another letter was from our mom's cousin, who we've never seen her name anywhere else. I did write it down so I can find it if I need to. It was like Courtney or some shit. No, that was that one. But she was writing to him. She's our mom's cousin. She was writing to our great uncle. So her normal uncle. I don't know. Which it's, hang on. I'm processing some things. Oh, she must have been from, because we've seen a family tree. And if our mom had a cousin, our mom appears to have been an only child. And the family tree stopped at our mom. I can't look at it right now because it's in a room we don't have access to. And I did write down some of the details, but I don't know if I wrote it down nicely. I don't think I did. I'm double checking. And once again, I'm still checking. I'm still looking. Okay, it was in the root cellar, I think. Oh, I took a screenshot of it. Wait, can I find it? Can I find my screenshot? Don't look at all my secrets. And where is my screenshot? Is it here? Definitely not. You know, I should have thought about that before I just, like, blindly took a bunch of fucking screenshots. And was like, haha, look at us. Too late, prepared to be doxxed. I'm gonna get doxxed! No, I don't think there's anything. I say that, but in my, like, little quick bar right now are my tax documents, so I'm like, oh! They didn't show or anything, but the way that, anyway, I would have to look. No, but I want to find it. Where's all my fucking screenshots? Where does Steam This isn't even Steam. Wait, I didn't do it in Steam. I did it with the... something else. What did I do? I did this, right? Yeah. Where does that save? God. Well, I shouldn't have bothered with screenshots, because now I don't fucking know. Anyway, I'm now thinking it's weird, but we'll get to it when we get to it, that this person claimed to be our cousin. But it was somebody who claimed to be our mother's cousin or something, related to our great uncle, called him uncle, etc. And we've never seen her name that since. But in it, she was like, family is complicated. Pictures thing. I mean, don't mind that. It's like, is it this one? Oh, you're right. Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes. This is it. Okay. This is it. No, we found it. Thank you. Bless. Mary is our mom. She was born Mary Epson. We've also seen her with the name Mary Matthew and then Mary Jones. But her name is actually Marion. I use that way too much. No, that's so fair. Her name is Marion. And then she also wrote under a different name and whatever. Anyway, her mom and dad, we're down here. We're not on here. The weird thing is, if she has a cousin, this is called the Mount Holly family tree. And you'll notice there's the Sinclair family and the Epson family. Which the Sinclair family is where our great uncle's from. That's our maternal family, and that's also the family that we are inheriting through. Our father does not appear to be a man of any kind of status, right? So this is the prominent family. Whatever, these bitches got married. Those are our grandparents, had Mary. Presumably, see, it stops at Mary for whatever reason. I think because at one point Mary was probably Herbert, our great uncle's heir. And she's like the heir. I maybe of both estates and titles. I don't know. But it is a little frustrating because now I'm like, there should be more. Because she's an adult in this. So clearly, if she had any cousins, they should probably have been alive and recorded with her. Even if they were much younger, right? Even if they could have belonged to Lionel. I think Lionel fucked off after his dad died. I think I remember reading something about that. But who knows what could have happened. Because that was before our grandparents even got married. And then Herbert seems to have never married or had children. And our mom did not appear to have. I think that there is a cousin as an Epson. But here's the thing. They called Herbert uncle. They called him their uncle. I remember the letter was addressed to uncle. So unless the letter wasn't actually meant for Herbert, and it was maybe meant for Simon, but I don't think that's the case. Ugh, it's also in a letter that's in a really annoying spot to reach. So I really, maybe there's a second degree cousin or something. Maybe it's a more distant family. Maybe I'm reading into that too much. But the gist of the letter was a cousin, Courtney or something, was like, hey, uncle, I think I've pieced together some interesting things around Mary's alleged disappearance. And kind of was like, I was worried that you were involved, but now that there's been a suspicious jewel heist, basically was like calling out, like, I think Mary disappeared on purpose and was part of this fucking jewel heist and this, or possibly this like current royal family group. And now and I think she just got smuggled into south over the border to the coast or some shit at a time that coincided with the jewel heist, and I think that's sus is mostly what she says. She's like, that's sus, but I'm hoping that's it, because that means she's still alive, and that would be great. But of course this would have been years and years ago. That would have been in 1987. And then the fourth letter that we've seen, and each of these letters is numbered as well. envelopes, just fun fact. And I have written them down, but I'd have to, like, look at them. So we are fine. You don't find them in order, per se. There was one that we got, it was not from a family member, and it was definitely written to our uncle. And I think it was the 8th letter. It was, like, numbered 8. And we know that there's only 8, although allegedly we can only find 7. That was like a hint that we were given. But there is 8 red envelopes, and this 8th one was written by somebody else to our uncle after a ransom took place. So basically somebody, I believe I know exactly who it was, like somebody who had gotten fired from the estate, stole at least one, if not all of, I think it was all of the envelopes, found them and stole them from our uncle, and then ransomed them back to him. And this letter was them post-ransom, being like, tee-hee, oh, sorry if we were, like, kind of mean when we stole this dangerous, incriminating property that could put you and your entire family to death. We're, like, sympathetic to these causes. Oh, did you think, like, we got the vibe from, like, your last letter that you thought we were threatening your heir, Simon, us, who is currently 14, so was definitely even younger, or at least recent. We got the vibe that you thought we were threatening him, but, like, we weren't, I swear. Don't be mad at us. I don't know, it was, like, really weird. It was a weird letter, but it implied the theft of the envelopes at one point. Although it also implied that they all returned, so I don't know why we got that weird prophecy that we're only going to see 7. I have one potential theory for that, and it scares me. Oh, they sound hard to deal with. They sound like they were. I think it was like they ransomed this shit from a rich old man, actually read the letters, and were like, oh, him and his family are apparently involved in all this, like, political subterfuge. That I guess they politically are like, yeah, we get it. And then we're like, all right, give us your money or else shit's gonna get fucked up for you, haha, and it's gonna suck for you, and it's gonna suck for your little great nephew, haha. And then our uncle was like, okay, here's the money, give me my shit. And then they're like, oh shit, okay, sorry about that, I guess here's your stuff back. I don't know, I guess they felt bad. It's kind of funny to me. Anyway, so that's the the letters that we've gotten so far, and I'm just like, why are you like this? Ugh, kind of hate them for it. Let's do a parlor. These parlor puzzles have gotten so difficult, and I resent them. I resent them for that. Here we go. Alright, so the only thing to know is there's gems in one of these boxes. We can only open one box, only once. So, like, if we pick the wrong one, we're fucked. One box is lying, one box is telling the truth, and one box could be either. The black and blue box are empty. Okay, that's a normal statement. Every statement with the word blue is false, thanks. This box is not blue. Okay, well, we know that this is false. Wait. Yeah, this is a lie. Perfect. Amazing. This could be true. If this is true, then this is a lie. But here's the thing. If this is a lie, then that means the gems could be in either blue or black box. As opposed to, if this is a lie... One of the challenges I have in this game when they talk about, like, oh, this thing is a lie or whatever, is does that mean the opposite is true? Or does it simply mean that statement is incorrect? So in some cases, that's easy because it's like, this box is not blue. That's obviously a lie. This box is in fact blue, so the opposite is true. However, and that kind of means the same thing either way. Every statement with the word blue is false. To say, hey, that statement is a lie, a box can have the word blue on it and be true. That's one thing. That's one meaning. But to say the opposite has a different meaning, so every statement with the word blue is true. But that obviously can't be. Fuck it. I hate it here. I hate it here. Yeah! I got it. I got it there. Okay, do we want a bedroom, a pantry? I really wanted to explore the east wing, and now I ended up back over here. And that's annoying. We actually upgraded this room. It used to be empty. And now it has a bed. Ooh, dice. Excellent. W, that was easy. Was it? Oh, thank you. Oh my god. It doesn't feel easy. Oh, I should check. One of our current ongoing puzzles is complicated to explain. Complicated to explain. But it has to do with every one of these spots corresponding to a letter to spell out a message. And I have most of them, but not all of them sorted. Do I have that one? Let's see. This is 4th from the bottom. And that's the... Actually, I should go back into the parlor. Waste the step. Who cares? And the way you determine the letter is by looking at the pictures. And being like, okay, what word is this representing? What word is this representing? And what is the one letter difference? Don't forget to have a good posture and be hydrated. You talk a lot. Oh, you talked a lot till now, so hydrate a little. Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, I do. I do. Talk a lot. What's the point of a silent... Well, I guess there's a point to a silent stream, but, like, that's not my brand. My brand! I hydrate. I hydrate. I think this is supposed to be, like, stage and sage, although, who knows? But I think it's T. Where's my pencil? There it is. I think this letter is supposed to be T. Huh. Oh. I just want my points. I'll save my points to time you out again. No! Have a good stream. Bye. Thank you so much for coming by, Panda. Take care. Don't put me in jail, though. I don't want to be in jail. We can do the dining room. Won't be able to actually take advantage of it yet. Oh, I knew it. I sensed it. I sensed that there would be something. We can go check out this area. Ooh, so we could... Fuck it. We might as well do the courtyard. Throw that bitch down. Check it out. Be like, oh. We could unlock this with one of our keys, but I'd rather save the keys for door. Okay, so we have kitchen, dark room, or corridor. Let's do the dark room and get that one out of the way because it has the negative effect. And I'm just gonna be like, cha. See what we get. Okay. Nice. This is another room with a puzzle, a progressively harder puzzle over time. It's math. I can't believe they put, like, an actual mathematics puzzle. I'm sure people really love that, actually. So we have 2. Isn't that opposite? 2 times 12? Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's not a word problem. Yeah. They really have made it harder because this isn't... Ugh. And you need the... Well, you need gems and you need some of the stuff you can get from this puzzle especially. But apparently it gets harder every time you complete it, which I think it sucks. I thought it got harder as your rank went up every day, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I thought... So I think it's the colors correspond to an operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And the placement, I think, is the order. But no, I don't think that, because I've also seen the colors as like the order. This one changed it up, I think. Because normally this little ring where this is colored in would be subtraction, but I don't know. Maybe it's different? But it can't be... Right, so that's +4. Great. +2. Minus 11 times 12. That's not right. +2 times 12? +11. Oh, God. It's not the math part that's even hard. It's the understanding. Is that right? Then you just start doing this. And you lose your goddamn mind. Yeah, I didn't think so. Don't mind me. Don't mind me being very smart. You got this. I can do math. But it doesn't make sense. Because even if we're like, okay, fine, it's going to go into negatives, we would be like, what? Minus 11. It's negative 9 times. That's the spot multiplication usually is. And that's way too big of a number. So is it instead like 2 times 12, 24 minus 11? Is it that it's like a different order now that we're doing it? 24 minus 11 is what, 13? But that was already wrong. I hate it here. 2 be 22. So was it 10? It is. Okay, hang on. I guess so. Alright. So in this case, it would be 1 plus 6, that's 7. Times 2? 14 minus 3 for 11? Yes, that is correct. And then purple is division, of course. Interesting. So then we have 1 times 2 times 20, so it's 40. Minus 1 for 39 divided by 13. Isn't that 3? Wait, where's 3? There it is. Oh! Okay, this time we just... But sometimes you'll get a key card or one of the unique keys that you need. Alright, let's see what we can get. Well, we want to be able to progress, so... We can get the lab. Too easy. Too easy. There's a couple of actual things related to the lab. There's 2 puzzles. Whatever the fuck this is, which I haven't been able to figure out. Look, complete thaw cooler is unaffected, it says. Because I've only seen the freezer once, but I didn't draw it. I didn't draft it. So there's that. There's also this little puzzle, which I believe relates to this, but we need power from the boiler room. I have solved the boiler room puzzle, but like it's one of those ones I'm gonna have to solve again and again, etc. Commissary. Let me actually keep an eye on where we are with my puzzle. Oh no, we're good. Maybe not. How far up are we? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we want the next one. Oh, the sale is over. That's so sad. Oh, we have to use a key. A key! Well, fuck it. What do we need money for anyway? Crying. I want to make a note here because there was a hint, I think, about the direction an angel is pointing. There's also the angel statue in the cloister. It's probably referring to that, but I wanted to make note of that one as well. I will take this gem. Thank you so much. So we can go... Oh, does this... Oh, I fucked up because there's not going to be any paintings in this room. So I can't use it to figure out something that I wanted to know. Oh. Fuck it. Let's get the patio. And then we can get some gems going. Oh, yes, thank you. Does it automatically scatter? Yes. So now as we, like, go back through rooms, we can find more gems. Fun fact. Fun factoid. Which we are kind of wasting steps, but... Is there another direction we can go to justify this? No? Okay, great. Well, maybe I should keep progressing. And then I can just use the excuse of coming back. Who needs steps when we have gems? Right? Sweats. But we do have the dining room, so once we unlock a certain rank, like we've placed enough rooms or some shit, we will be able to get back there and eat something. Alright, where are we at with the word mystery? Okay, so this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. 6 up. And the middle. Okay, this is one of the letters that I don't have sorted. So there's an airplane. Oh, fuck. And paint. And I need to figure out what worlds, or not word, what word each of these is meant to be, and the one letter difference between them. So, like, paint and pain would be, like, an example. But I don't know. So there's, like, a plane, airplane, travel. This is a world, paint, what? World, paint, brush. Paintbrush, paint, art, world, planet, plane and planet. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I don't want to go that way again. I want to go this way. I got disoriented. This will happen. All right, hear me out. This will basically cause us to have to end our day, which sucks. But I've never been able to get the attic before. And as much as I would, in the whole, like, AI, it's going to be useless. But there might be lore. Look at all this stuff. I don't think I've been here. Now I'm second guessing it. Look at all this stuff. I don't know why I'm bothering collecting it. I'm not going to be able to use any of it. Look at that airplane. Look at that box. Oh, there's a bishop here. Wait, I've been here before. Yes. 'Cause look at this man. And there are children. I think that's our great-grandfather. And this is our grandfather and our grandfather and our uncle, our great uncle. And that is our great grandmother. Amazing. So I have seen this before. That's embarrassing. Which one is this? I've never seen this. I've never seen this. But I'm certain I've seen this room. Did I somehow miss it? That's wild. I need to make a note. A letter from Ruffington Red. I also don't know that Ruffington Red was our mom's publisher at the end. It might have been. Let me see if I can find that information. Because I mean, I know I wrote it down. Oh, no, it was. It was. Thank you so much for giving our editors the opportunity to consider your illustrated children's book, The Red Prince. Unfortunately, I regret that we have come to the conclusion that although the illustrations are wonderful, we do not think the material is a good fit. If you provide us with a return envelope, your money will be returned to you, otherwise it was recycled. Thank you for thinking of us. Huh. I'm pretty sure The Red Prince was published by them eventually, though. Yeah, it's too political. And it seems to say April, what? 12th. April 12th. It was about the Red Prince. Ending was too... So the original ending was too political. It makes me wonder, because we've read The Red Prince. It's in the nursery. But does that mean that... Was that the original version that she created? Or was that the modified version? And she did end up getting criticized for political... Oh, the secret garden key. Oh, well. For the book being too political. And she tried to be like, it's not. It's not a political allegory. It was obviously an allegory. And then now it's like, oh, she actually had the book originally rejected. We have a bunch of good stuff, but we are going to have to toss it. I keep calling it the mine. It's not the mine, it's the cavern. Yeah, okay. We have to call it. RIP. And the release stays well as your current version. Yeah. That's the hardest part of the game. There was one game where I had so much money and I wanted to go, but it's the whole thing. It was a tragic thing. A west-facing villa. Yeah, because for some reason, every time I intentionally tried to do like an east-facing villa, it goes poorly for me. Day 23. I'm still nervous because there's a room called the Rumpus Room. It's an excellent room, obviously. And in the Rumpus Room, there's one of those coin-operated fortune tellers. And it, like, goes the fuck off every time. And one of the times it went the fuck off, it saw a future in which there was a man here at the estate with us, looking around silently. And one of the things it mentioned is like, oh, something was taken that you did not take. And it was one of the, like, the 3 birds right in the entrance were all askew. They were askew as fuck. Men are so scary. It was so creepy, too. I had to pause and waste a bunch of time, an embarrassing amount of time, Googling if this game has, like, real jump scares. Because I was like, we've been in this room before, which is why I'm skimming it. Because I was, like, I was about to shit myself. I was like, if I turn around and a man is there, I'm going to shit myself. But allegedly, people are claiming there's no jump scares, so... Do I trust them? Obviously not. You know, I remember there was a puzzle I was thinking about earlier, but I got distracted. I'm going to try to find it again. I don't know if we already... Oh, no, yeah, I already solved it, and it was dumb. Yeah, it's these 3 birds right here at the entrance. They were, like, all knocked around. I don't know why he would steal a fucking bird. So every day, I look desperately at these birds to make sure they look regular. And I'll know the man hasn't come yet. Oh, money. I keep trying to go this way. I love the library. Ooh, wait. Oh, I've seen this before. But we also have to get a shovel, so priorities. Let's see. I don't know if I really want. So we've gone down the list. We just read the history of Arindia. And now here we are. And I haven't bothered going up here. There's like meta stuff up there where it's like, oh, every time you've accomplished... Oh, I do actually want the cloister. Rude. But I also want classrooms. But that's also not my goal today. So should I? Fuck it. But then I did... Oh, wow. Thank you. This is the Epson Sinclair crests put together. Just a fun fact. Just like a fun little fact. Okay, the classrooms. Fuck it, I guess. There are theoretically 8 classrooms. I've only ever gotten 2 at once. So, we keep fighting that battle. I've only gotten 2nd grade, you guys. I am trying. We can do... We have 5 redraws? Fucking why? Okay. What do the classrooms do? So far, the classroom... Like, this classroom, for example, gives a big hint about what all these fucking portraits have been the whole time. Which is, like, the letter thing that I keep talking about and thinking about. There's that. So it's more of like a hint. And then this is also a hint specifically regarding these flags. Because it, like, it tells us, it reveals unto us the, like, associated banner color for those symbols, which are all connected to different countries and places. So that's what this one does. And then I've seen grade 2 before, and this one gives, it reminds you of this hint. And this gives a hint to the puzzle we were doing earlier, which is math. And then there was one other small puzzle. I don't know if I want to call it that, because I don't know that, like, solving it really didn't do anything. But yeah, they were trying to introduce this thing. This concept with, like, the numbers and shit, too. And I did come across something that was written like this, where it was, like, blue numbers and then whatever. And I did I mathed it out and got the number 8 and, like, the infinity, 8, infinity, whatever. And I was like, great, thanks. What am I supposed to do with this? I was quite rude. Can we just get a row of classrooms? If I just use all of these redraws. Because I think you can only use the redraws here anyway. Alright, we're taking a risk. Ugh, we'll do the drawing room. But yeah, it's, so I'm kind of curious. And you only get classrooms if you pick the, like, schoolhouse for your outdoor room. And it says it'll add 8, so theoretically you can go up to 8. Okay, something else I noticed is that the little, like, letter puzzle that I've been slowly working on, I think, not the drawing room. No, I don't want to talk about it. It's fine. I'm not entirely sure what it says, but it looks like it might, if I, like, make some assumptions about some of the missing letters, it's if blank, count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. And so if we think about that, and we think about the different dates, and I need to, like, write some of this down. So if, like, think about, like, not the safe, the safe things. So if we think about the drawing room is 0415. The office is 0303. The weird thing is there's one in the shelter. That was the cousin letter. And that one is a time lock safe. So you set the date and the time it'll unlock at least an hour in the future. So you actually have to, like, figure out what time it is roughly. Which there's tons of clocks around and stuff, but you have to, like, figure it out. and then of course wait, and you also have to figure out what day it is, which there's a couple ways to figure it out, and now we know. We have a better sense, but it's kind of like unclear at first. Like you can figure out roughly when it is, you know it's early November when the game starts, but it's not like 100% clear for a while. So I don't know what that's supposed to be, but every other safe, because we've unlocked 4 safes, the other 3 safes are 4 digits, and they all correspond to a date. So this one is April 15th. The one in the office is March 3rd. The one in the boudoir is Christmas, 12/25. It's also worth noting this might be... Yeah. The April 15th is the day... our uncle wrote that letter to our mom. And obviously, well, it's, you know, I never processed that, but he obviously got the letter back. So either, and it's pretty heavily implied that our mom was still alive at this point. She quote unquote disappeared in February. This happened in April of that same year. And also that same year in September, there was the jewel heist. And that's the last we know of anything that might have to do with our mom. But, you know, not to be rude to her, but that bitch better be dead. And the reason I say that... Oh, I can draw 2 libraries? I actually really don't want to, though. Can I go anywhere else? No. Fuck. Okay, so we'll have to get the kitchen. That's fine. She'd better be dead, not because I actually want our mom to be dead, but because otherwise it implies that she's just been, like, faffing about for years. When it's like, you should have rolled up. We can drain the water that goes here. I'm not sure what it'll do. I feel like it'll spit out, like, a key or something. Which would be nice, but is, like, really not a big deal. It has to be the chapel so that we can get through. Nope. Maybe she got another child. Maybe she did start a whole new family. She was like, you know what? I'll try again. Fuck these guys. We did find in a vault. There is a vault room. And there's a bunch of safety deposit boxes in there. And we got a key. It was like 305 or something. And we found a passport in it with our mom's photo. For a different name. So, you know... implied that, like, that was for smuggling her across the border. But the fact that it was there raised a lot of questions. So it's like, either she didn't, like, it came back somehow. There's this stupid garage. But it does have 3 keys, so that's useful. Boop. I did solve that puzzle earlier. But yeah, there was a period of time, I don't know if you were here for this, Ivan, when I was losing my gourd. That's just, somebody was faffing about. I was losing my, ooh, if we find car keys, I need to remember that too. I was losing my gourd because we found like a bunk room that was clearly like a room 2 children shared. And there was a journal written by Herbert with a note by Simon. And I at first thought it was us, and we had an older brother who was named Herbert, who was named for our great uncle, because our mom was really close to our great, it was a whole thing. And then eventually I realized, like an idiot, our grandfather's name was Simon, so it was them. We don't have a brother, because that was throwing me. There was so much about that was like making me actually angry. I was like losing my mind last stream until I realized it, and then I was like, oops. What do you know? Turns out there was a good reason for this shit. And I was just being pissy. Okay, now we can get to the foundation. Give me that key. Do I need anything from this room? It's not... Oh, yeah, that room, but now I'll never have it. See, we gotta figure out how to get that down. But there's literally... And it's not the dig spots, because I have tried digging them before. There ain't shit. Let me tell you, there ain't shit. Okay. Ooh. Stressful noise. That probably goes down, you know, to the basement. But I don't know how to get there. Simon doesn't jump, and he certainly can't jump that high. And I don't blame him for that one. Third classroom, let's go. Hello. Oh, we got the periodic table. What? Oh, well this is stupid homework. Use the elements below to form the answers to each question below. A-T-I-W-T-E, whatever. It's like, okay, good for you, King. Oh my god. Mrs. Peterson! Wait, is that who I think it is? No. Okay, we know Miss Peterson was a teacher and she was going to become the principal of the new school or whatever. And these classrooms were only here temporarily. But there was also... No, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I can calm down. Never mind. Everyone, never mind. It's okay. Disrespectful. See me after class. They're really sad. But did they do it right, though? No. Periodic table of elements. I'm assuming this has to do... It's fun. Haha. Oh, this... I might want to write this down. This has to do with the puzzle that I haven't even had a chance to properly solve that's in the lab. It does the sciences. Fun. 92, and then 7. And then it's fluorine, uranium, and nitrogen. Those things I'm less worried. I was more interested about writing down. I think it's like the hydrogen molecules is what that is. What is the puzzle about? I'm not entirely sure. If we find the room again, I can show you. Oh, well, you look at that. Can we use this room? Yeah, we can. So I can show you right fucking now. So there's this periodic table of elements with the numbers, and I've written down the the elements that they correspond to, because there was also this one here. And you'll notice this has that little arrow pointing to this machine. This machine does not work because it needs additional power. So you have to get this room and the boiler room, and I have not been able to get both in the same room or the same run. Wouldn't it be lovely? But alas. Here's a corridor. Oh, let me make sure I'm not... What is that up? That's 4? Okay, so I want to look at this room. I think the letter in this room is supposed to be an E, but I'm not sure. Okay, there's a... Oh, yeah, it is an E. Perfect. That sounds like a lot of work. That's not even the half of it. Because I've gotten into the antechamber. Like, I think twice. The first time you get to the antechamber, you'll find, in order to get to the antechamber, you have to not only build the house up to one of these doors, you also have to get these fucking doors unlocked. One of them. I only know 2 of the door, how to get 2 of them unlocked, I think. And one of them, I only know from the demo. I haven't actually been able to make it happen in this game because it hasn't worked out. Actually, I think there's 3 that I know of, and I've done 2 of the 3. But you walk into this room, you have to unlock, every time you have to unlock one of the doors by finding levers, secret levers in special rooms, and accomplishing whatever is necessary to make that happen. Then you have to build the house out to get to that particular door, because a lever doesn't open all 3, it opens just 1. And then, the first time you get there, you'll notice, hey, the door, quote-unquote, to the 46th, quote-unquote, room is closed, this northern one, and a podium will appear and be like, if you want to go up, you gotta go down, bitch. And that's when you first get the basement key. But here's the thing. You can't keep the basement key. So, in order to unlock the basement, is the inheritance even worth it? That's a good point. No, but this is a lot of money. And we're 14, so what else do we have to do? And we've been here for 20 days. I think that's a little wild. I'm upset about the fact that we're 14. I think that's ridiculous. I don't know why we have to be a child. But in order to unlock the basement, I want to blow my brains out. You have to, first of all, find the basement door, which I did coincidentally do. The same time I got the same run I got the basement key, but I wasn't able to, like, it was a weird order. In order to get to the basement door, you have to find the pump room, which is not the most common room, solve the puzzle in the pump room, which is a complicated puzzle involving, like, draining water and storing water, whatever, and, like, allocating it to different places. You have to decide to drain the fountain specifically, which I did on a whim. Hi, Rogue. Yeah, right. I did on a whim. It will then you can do the thing that I've done where you go down the fountain and then there's like a door and you're like, well, this is crazy. That needs a special key, which is the basement door. So you have to have had that done. The good thing is the pump status is retained day to day. So if it's drained, it stays drained until you manually go in and fill it. It doesn't reset, thank God. So you have to have had that done, first of all. And then you have to unlock an antechamber door, the east, west, or south door, build up to that door, get to the antechamber. You'll then be able to get the basement key, get all the way out of the house, down to the fountain, like the bottom of the fountain, unlock that door. And that all has to happen in one day. That's all one day. Luckily, the basement door has remained unlocked. Thank fucking God, because I can't live like this. If I had to keep doing that, I would lose it. Rage quit. Okay, well, we can't really take either of the closets, because then we'll be locked out. So let's do the dining room. Oh. But yeah, how are you guys doing? As I, like, periodically get mad about things that are happening in the game. And I'm like, so mad. Okay. Well, fuck everything, I guess. I hate it here. Anything interesting in here, at least? I mean, I've been here before, but no. Okay. So now we're locked out because there's no way forward and life is shit. We got 3 rooms this time, 3 classrooms this time, but I want to try to get 8 because I feel like there's going to be payoff. Boop, boop, boop. You know, it's kind of funny because early on in the game, I found out that you could, flip coins into the fountain. And so I did that a couple times thinking it would do something. And then when I drained the fountain, my coins were there. And I was just like, this is a little embarrassing. Not much is going on. That's fair. Yeah, long times. Life sure keeps going. It could stop. You know, it's been years. Don't you guys... You know what? I don't want to be wrong. Anyway. No, because... Never mind. Birds are there. Everything's fine, you guys. The birds are there. Here's this goddamn fountain. Seems like forever. How are the children? How are the children? How are the baby agent rogues? Are they baby rogues or baby agents? Multi-class babies? What do we want? Let's get some fancy items. Ooh, okay, I'll take it. The metal detector and a battery pack. I still haven't used the battery pack yet. Because I'm pretty sure you need it. You have to combine it in the workshop, and that's just... The children ate each other. Rip. Did your favorite survive? Or did they all eventually perish? LOL, relatable. Ain't that how it be? Let me get my allowance. Reading nook. I want the library. Oh yeah, curse. It's literally the key that I'm staring at. They were all agents until one went rogue. Oh, there's a coin. Amazing. Oh, are you guys excited to read another book? Wait a second. All right, I'm mad about something that I'm looking at right here. Okay, so we have the pump manual. This is so weird. EPCW pump manual. Oh my god. It's engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor, in-ground swimming pool and spa. Multiple pumps, blah, 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 blah. Now, what I want to note here is... so mad. Because March 18th, 87, someone named Gene Ribbon took out this book. 87 was the year that our mother disappeared. We don't know. She publicly disappeared in April. And we know that April 14th was the last time she talked to her uncle. Gene Ribbon, March 18th of that year, Gene Ribbon is the name, or J Ribbon, is the name that's on the fake passport with our mother's photo. So that's probably our mom. I don't know who the fuck Paul Withers is, though. That's a new name. It might be another fake name. Because... for one of, like, her accomplices or something. Especially if they were staying here. Oh, there we go. Water control panel, okay. Now, to be fair, I've already gone to this room and done stuff. This really keeps on getting more complicated. I know, there's too much. Whenever you there's a central hub. Buttons. You got it, buttons. Oops. Okay. Pump lever. I did. Yes, I know that. Can retrieve even more water. Yes, of course. The pump, water flow to and from, quick start guide. Use pump lever to set water flow direction. Okay, so this was... the only interesting thing here is the fact that in that same time period, these two checked this book out. And this helped us access the basement area, so I feel like it's implied that they did that for that reason. But also, yeah, I already know about that. We already solved that, so that's actually kind of useless for us. Alas. Alas. Servants' quarters. No, I know what this is. No, I know who this is. We've been there. Guys, please. The study... let's go here, because the study has several things now. First off, this was just another hint. These both were hints about the portrait thing, or not the portrait thing, but this message. So this is what I've been working on. It gives us a bunch of hints about things. There's also this. No idea what this is implying, unless it's a reference to the chess puzzle that we've already done. Message. So there's all these fun little messages. There is also a safe. Now, if every safe corresponds to a date, this one must also correspond to a date. Right? In theory. But the thing is, I haven't the slightest clue which one this could be. It could have something to do with this. I thought it would have something to do with this. It's hard to say. Don't worry, my friend Google does. No, we got it. No. I wish I could, like, write on this board to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at. So I've been filling this out as we went, and there's only like 4 spots that are empty. First of all, this spot is applied to be empty. I don't have these ones figured out. I don't have this first one here. And then there's like one way down here that I'm missing. But if I make some assumptions, because they're just like one letter, if blank count small, again, gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. That's what I think it roughly says. 8 dates crack 8 safes. Yeah, and that word is O-U-N-T, so I'm assuming it's count. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It could be we. If we count. And then this third one, S-M-A blank L, I'm assuming is small. If we count small gates. I'm assuming it's gates. I have G blank T-E-S, but I could be wrong. I thought this would be the big hint for this one. It's still giving useful information, but it's not really helping. It's simply not helpful unless it's the 8s, but let me look around the room more. So there are these, but they're really hard to read. So I'm assuming they're just there for vibes. These 2 relate to that puzzle I was just looking at on the board. And then we have whatever the fuck this is. Let me know if you need a hint. I would love a hint. Actually, you know what? My pride is dead. That's why I'm bad at these types of puzzle games. My pride, she do be dying. I did also notice that there's no fucking portraits in this room. They all were taken out. Kind of sad. So it does have to do with the chessboard. Okay. That's what I was starting to think. Thank you. So we can focus on this. This is I think this is the king. I have a hard time telling kings and queens apart with chess. I know what they do differently. I know they move, but like visually. And I know it's like right over there. That probably should have been the big hint too, as I was organized to the safe. And it's on 8D. Which you could be like 80. Oh, but that wouldn't make sense because obviously that's not enough digits. It needs probably 4 digits. They've been 4 digits so far. And also 80 isn't a date. It could be like king to 8D, but that's not anything. Does it have to do with how it can move? Because then I really need to know which fucking piece it is. Hang on, let me check something really quick. Oh, shit. But if it's the king, it can't really move very far. The king can kind of just go one spot, depending. The queen can do a lot more. No, it's just the position. 8D. I wonder if it's like... Huh. I was wondering if it would be like, oh, it's like 1 over and 5 down, and then it's 1 over and 1 up, and that will make... I mean, I can try that. I can be like, okay, it is... What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 8 down. 5, 8. Well, that's not a date, so fuck that. It might be the opposite then, where you start with, it's 1 up and 5 over. It isn't too that's why I'm bad at these, I think. I think I'm actually just too smart. It's like 1 up and like... No, that wouldn't work either, because then you'd be looking at either 1, 4 or 1, 5. And that's too many months. If we're thinking about the date thing. There is a king or queen on this board. Probably a king. It is a date. Right? Okay, so it is a date. And it's something to do... It's probably not the day he died, because that would be weird. And how would he have done that? And I really don't want to process that. As a possibility. Also, I don't know how that would make sense, because that would have been like November 6th? No, or maybe 5th? Early November. Because I think the first day we were here was the 7th. And that was the day after the funeral. So he must have died several days. Anyway, so it's probably not that. Probably not the date he died. I'm also trying to think about like other significant dates. There is the date of the jewel heist, which involved the theft of a crown. Which, hello, king, queen, crown. I don't know if I have the exact date. I know it was September of 87. It might have been September 7th or 8th. But I'm not entirely sure. September 2nd. 0702. Let me try that. It is not that. Oh. But I still think that's going to be one of them. Okay, we got this. Okay. Can I ask if it's something that can be solved just by looking at this? First digit's a 0. How can the digit be a 0? I mean, I like, you know, in terms of the date thing, it makes sense. It's most likely going to be a 0, but... Head empty. I need to be less... I need to be more head empty. Yes, just looking at it. Okay, let's think instead... Let's think through the, like, movement a little bit more. It's unironically very easy and very hard. It could be something... Well, we haven't seen any hints anywhere in the house about how chess pieces move. So, as a result, I would think it has nothing to do with how this moves. Because the game, it generally isn't assuming people know that much. And that's kind of like a lot to assume from players, that they understand. Plus, the queen can move, like, so fucking much. So, I don't know if that would be very helpful. What if it's just 0001? I mean, that's not a date. But... it must be this placement. It makes me think it has something to do... Alright, I'm also noticing it's not just 8D, it's D8, which is the word date. What date? But if I can find just... which we already know it is a date, but that might... Oh, I thought I heard something. It was just me walking, and I got scared. These are the hardest puzzles sometimes because I'm just like, oh, I'm so. Does it? No, if it's just looking at this, so it's not anything to do with the number of these in the house. I don't. The D stands for something. Or 4? Like the number 4? Is it like 0804 or 0408 or something? Let's try those. I'm getting closer, but I'm not there. I mean, I guess it could be 8-5 or 5-8, but that would be dumb because it's the wrong direction. Also, it seems, yeah. Almost, it seems. Oh, I thought you said also. So I was like sitting here thinking, like, oh, what do they? I can try the 5, just to be safe, but I will be mad. No, okay. I didn't think so. But sometimes it's good to check your shit. You know, you check yourself, check your shit. 8. I like how I do keep doing that like it matters. Oh, I thought I almost had it. I was like, maybe it's like 8-1. Did I already try that? I probably already did. Like, this is, you know, it's not. There's only 1 0. Then, what could the D symbolize? If the D symbolizes... Alright, whatever. If it's a date and the D is symbolic of something, and it's not the letter 4, as in it's the 4th thing of the alphabet, and there's only 1 0, and the first digit's a 0, that implies it's probably 08, and then those last 2 letters, something to do with the D. But that is... But I simply don't know. I'll look at it from the side. I wish I could crouch. Really just for vibes, but I don't blame them for not allowing this. Is it something ridiculous, like the number of white versus black spots? No, that would be too many for a date. Oh, woe is me. Woe if be me. Nothing too complicated. Have you met me? Ah! Let me try to think about other dates. I don't know of any dates in like an August time frame of significance, but I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. Nope. Oh, crisis. It's fine. Dear uncle, fucking fight me. That's a weird coincidence I just noticed. Don't worry about it. Something else in my notes. Dead silence as I try to think. I am also thinking that so far it's possible all of the dates were from the same year too. We don't know for sure. 2 of them appear to be. Others are uncertain. I know our mom's disappearance date, which was in February, though I don't know the exact date, hasn't been used. But hasn't been, why am I dissociating? Has not been used as a safe code, but also would not be possible here because then that would be a 02 for February. You know, I don't know. If you guys would like to move on, you can tell me. And I will squint at this. Because that's a red envelope. I know a red envelope is in there. That's our 5th red envelope and I want it. I want the red envelope. D stands for December. That's stupid. No, I don't even feel bad about that. And I don't. Because what the fuck? D for December? In what universe? I'm calling the developers. I'm calling the developers and I'm mad. Alright, so this one must be number 2. Oh. Alright, red envelope. Get ready for me to write down so much stuff. December 8th. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or 2. That looks like the handwriting of... Who was it? I wrote their bitch-ass name down. They pump manual. Paul Withers, who's probably not Paul Withers. Handwriting. Caleb. Okay, sorry. Which would make sense because Caleb Manning, who was like a mentor to our mother, apparently, is one of the people that was accused of crime and probably disappeared. Again, not very intuitive. I will give them some shit. I think it's the same thing with the drawing room puzzle, where I think it wanted you to guess that it was the woman who mattered because that was the portrait, not the portrait, but the image covering the safe, and that the woman was representative of her ladyship, our grandmother. And in our grandmother's room, there's kind of, you could kind of notice it stands out a little bit, is an umbrella. But that's the stupidest shit, because how would you make that connection if you didn't already know? I will say, these particular puzzles seem sometimes complete bullshit. There was one that I should have gotten, absolutely. And then there's the time safe one, which I did get because I figured out how to, whatever. But this was rough. Be prepared. Oh, yes. By Caleb Manning. Certainly our mom. But, who knows. And unsurprisingly, December 8th. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or 2. It's all lining up and all of our hard work is about to come to fruition. I have just learned that several members of the museum's guard are sympathetic to our cause. We suspect 2 more to be pure opportunists whose loyalty extends only to their coin purse. I mean, valid. Your uncle's already agreed to let us use Mount Holly's flexible floor plan for a trial run, assuming the red print we have secured of the museum's closed exhibit is in fact accurate and up to date. Oh, okay. Let me make note about the closed exhibit blueprint. A museum? Is this another theft? If this is the original theft, then this had to have been from the previous year. 86, not 87, because that theft took place in September of 87. Okay, so they were planning a heist. We should begin these trials without delay. Until we meet on the shores of White Sands. That's a symbolic. Okay. Let me make note about some of the timeline. In a month or two, you know, to set the plan in motion. Oh, no, this was the year before. Because in November of 86, there was this alleged, like, or not alleged, it happened. There was something called the Trinsdale bombing that took place. And Caleb Manning, as well as, I have his name, something White, I think, who were both part of the same publisher, the Ruffington Red, that our mom's affiliated with. And Caleb Manning, we know, also wrote the history of Arindia and was like our mom's, whatever. They were arrested. And I think it's implied that Caleb Manning especially was put onto fucking trial at some point, but it's unclear his fate. He's presumably survived. I don't know. And this is probably December 8th of that year, that same year, which was 86. Because early 87, in roughly February, implied early February, our mom disappeared. So that was like within about 2 months. And then, of course, months later, they actually did the theft. Interesting. We should begin the trials if you can within the next 2 months. Fabrics may leave us to the presence of the service. Fabricate some fiction that might alleviate us of the presence of the servant's staff. Uh-huh. I wonder how they would have done that. Okay, so fabricate. Alleviate of the servant staff. I don't like the use of the phrase servant staff. I don't know, somehow it seems rude. Until we meet... down the shore of White Sands. Okay, and it's by Caleb. I don't know. I'm checking now to see if any of the known like locations. No, none of them had white as their like color. But I'm assuming that's more of a symbolic phrase than anything else. And then we have this blueprint. It's the same blueprint that's on display here. Interesting. I'm just gonna cheat it and do a little print screen moment, because sometimes sitting there and trying to redraw everything that might be relevant, maybe, but is also kind of illegible, is annoying. Okay, interesting. So they're not all in the same year, but they so far have been a part of a pretty close timeline. Who knows? All right, how are we doing? Okay, we can go back to the entrance hall. Look at that, 5. Apparently, we're only going to be able to get 7. Okay, Harler? That's fine. We're actually going to do the hallway. Yes, and then we will check this room. Actually, yeah, let's do the nursery. Take advantage, because we can also do a quick check. Ooh, dice, thank you. The red prints. I want to see Okay, it doesn't note the year of the publisher or the edition or anything like that. So it's unclear if this, it's still unclear if this is the original. But the absence of the year and the publisher implies that this is the original sample that she sent that did not get published. So this is the one where the end was quote unquote too political? We made a fact in the same room. Sorry about duties we said, blah, 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 blah. The book we just read. It's also, again, still worth noting that the shape of this mirror is the shape of, like, the Irindian symbol. Iridian. And this is, but Fen Aries is the one that's, like, the red association. So, I don't know. Jot that down. Somebody, I guess. We'll do commissary. Yeah, commissary. What are we selling today so that I know? Oop. Gems, sledgehammer, set of gems, and running shoes. Is there a coin? Coin! 2 coins? Damn. I should really look for more coins. Okay, security. Very important. Could also be nice to... we can take the risk to put the closet down and get it out of the way. Too much information. Yeah, there's so much into... Anytime I get, like, one of the letters, especially, I'm like... Pfft. That one actually is probably not my most, like, detailed... fucking panic attack of writing down information. But it is interesting. I'm curious about what is in that last room and what happened to the letter that, or what will happen to the letter that we have been predicted to never find. And I remember he said there was 8 letters. You'll only find 7, just like the fucking paintings or whatever, implying that there's 1 or 2, like either a set, 1 set or 1 total that we're missing. Well, we're fucked. Oh no, I can redraw. I don't want the gymnasium, but I'll take it. It's not the worst thing that can happen to a person. We'll do the den. The den is good. Den is good. So many clocks in here. And for what? Okay, billiard room. We could use stuff. And we could be like, fuck it. We're just going up. Thank you. And one of my favorite things, Swimbird. Yeah, it's Swimbird. Swimbird was a sad book. It's our mom's fucking depressed era. It's Swimbird, where he's just like, all my friends hate me, I guess. I don't know. Oh, there's a watering cat. Well, I don't really want that, because then I'll get locked out and be fucked up. Oh god, not the parlor. I mean, I could get gems, which is great, but at what cost? My sanity. This puzzle's harder than it seems. Okay, well that is not... How can that statement be true or false? This box is empty. This box is empty. Well, one of you bitches is lying. I hate it here. I shouldn't bother with a guess. Because... Aha! Okay. That's bullshit. That's a subjective statement. And I resent that. Car keys. Of course when I don't have the fucking garage. I want the garage. Fuck you. What a shit hit. Easy W. Yes. Yeah, you know, we killed it. We ate that. Alright, let's try this bullshit again. God. 10 minus 1 times 1. That means something just 18? Oh, geez. 4 minus 4 times 4 divided by 4. That's 0, bitch. What? That's 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. Times 4 is still 0. Divided by 4, it's still 0. There's no 0. I hate it here. What the fuck? Are you trying to be cute? Because you're not cute. Yeah, what the fuck? Am I dumb? Blue is addition. Oh no, pink is multiplication. So it's 4 times 4, 16, minus 4, which is 12, divided by 4, which is 3. Okay. Ha, you didn't get me yet, bitches. Alright, so it's 5 minus 1 plus 5 minus 1. So that's 10 is 8. Hey! Oh, secret garden key. That will allow us to open one of the antechamber doors. Which I, like, don't even care about because... Hang on, what are we looking at? Yeah, that's fine. I don't even care about right now. I got other shit I have to make happen, and it's not going great for me. Give me that money. Money. Thank you. Ah. Okay, do we want to... Let's grab security, that way we also get... Coin? Yes. Oh. Get that. I don't even want to bother. We could use a special key, right? The secret garden key here. Secret garden. So you have to get the special key, and it has to be on one of the wings that you use it. Otherwise it won't work. And then you have to solve a very simple puzzle. And then every time you can just come back here and pull this, and it will open one of the antechamber doors. Oh, it's open, but it's this one. So not just any door, and certainly not all of the doors, because fuck you. Interesting, yes, very interesting. What do we want? We want the boudoir. Yeah, we could do the boudoir. And while we're here, we could grab a key and the gem. I think this one also was like the first one we found. Which, you know, it's a fun one to find because it's just our dad being pissed at our uncle. Where was it in the order? It was 4. If they're chronological order in terms of their numbering, that means it does definitely span several years. I still have no clue. Look, can I throw a rock? Like, I can't interact with anything. This doesn't do anything. There's some secret affiliated with this shit, and I haven't the slightest clue. I don't have a shovel. That is correct. Just checking. Okay, there's the lab. It's tempting to pick the drawing room so that we could keep going north. But the lab is also good because I still want to try to get the lab boiler room. Maybe I should commit to that a little harder. Key card. Ooh, wait. Okay, this is good. And we can pop back over here and change our security settings accordingly. Key card system. Set security level. Set it to high. Confirm. Thank you. Okay. Boop. Alright. Anybody else? Just us. So that room right there must be the museum, the exhibit room that we now have unlocked. I think I've seen it on here before, on these screens before, but that's it. Alright, so if we can get the fucking boiler room. You know what? Let's take a little risk. And try to get the fucking boiler room. Wait, no, this room is amazing. Potentially. This, I think, was intended to help us with a hint. If we can also see some people of the past. Bitches of the past. We do the courtyard, the pantry, or the bedroom. I don't want to waste gems, but, you know. Haha! Key card. Excellent. Boop. Ooh. Well, I just don't know what the boiler room is like. In terms of how much it might cost. So I want to try to hold on to both of these gems. So you have to... Ooh. In order to get the pump room, you do need the goddamn pool. Fuck it. Not that I necessarily crave the pool, but... Useless. Useless pool. Okay. Amazing. Anything exciting? I just don't know why that's just pointing down there. I like kind of want to move it, but I can't. Yeah, sure, we can try the pantry. 2 pantries. Give me that. Delicious. Oh, shit. All right, here's the real question. Do we go for the pump room and try to do the reservoir? Do we go for the garage because we have the fucking car keys? Both of those things. We should probably do the pump room, huh? We should probably prioritize that. And try to get the car keys another day. Whatever you believe is best. Thank you for your support in these difficult times. Oh, is there something in here? Oh, there it is. I'll grab it. I would love to be able to access this bitch. So, as you can see, currently these are filled with water. Which isn't great. I don't know why this is grayed out here. I don't know what that means. I'd like to think it means that's how much we can fill it and still be able to walk over there, but I don't think that's the case. The reservoir is what we need. I really need this fucking pump to work. Because you'll notice... Oh, does it not call itself the reservoir tank? Reserve tank. But the thing... How do I use the reserve tank? That wasn't in the manual. There's no switch. There's no... There's this thing that just vaguely points up and down, but it doesn't, like, do anything. And then there's this stupid box. But it's unclear where the reserve tank even... It doesn't go anywhere. Huh. Can you, like... Okay, they connect. Is he just here for fun? For shits and giggles? Maybe I should have read the manual more clearly. I know how it works, though, roughly. But yeah, we can't put water in the fountain. You know what I mean? Alright, let me figure out which one of these bitches is the fountain. I think it's number 1, which corresponds to these. What if it's just a little? No, 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 stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. How do I stop it? Wait, so not only... So I can't... I have to put all of the water in there. At once? Is what you're trying to fucking tell me? I can't, like, only do a little? I'm kicking this door down out of anger. I'm kicking the door down out of anger. And I'm gonna go kick this door down as well out of anger. I'm still kind of hoping I'll fucking get the damn garage. So I don't feel so fucking... And I don't want a watering can. Fuck your watering can. What? Oh, that's scary to have happen like that. Okay, so this is the queen. No. Fuck you. What is all this again? The arm radiator draft pool. That's very nice. You don't have to pay attention. I don't care. I'll just take this one. Not that it matters. Nothing matters. Oh, great. I can redraw a bunch. Can't even see the stupid room. I don't remember it making noise. There you go. And I have a key card, so I don't have to worry about that. And I've already done this puzzle. I still don't know entirely what that is, and I don't have whatever I might need for it, so. But we can see in the dark room now. I could get extra steps. I don't know. I'm kind of just mad. Item in here? Oh. I'm kind of just mad. Mad and also peeved. Oh, can we do this instead? Okay, it remembers this thing. Can I just, like, go for it? Oh, okay, I need to know which direction to send it. I think that's what this does. It, like, takes it that way? Is that right? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I've already solved most of the puzzle that's, like, on the different levels there. Also, maybe worth looking at this. I was 85. 86. November 11th of 86. The Trimsdale bombing. Yep. No trace. She disappeared. September 2nd. Jewels were stolen. Love that. Politically motivated. I can just keep going because I'm too busy being stressed. Or not. Or not. Shit. Stuck with the furnace. And I hate the furnace. Oh, look. Oh, look at this. So we don't need this key at this point, I don't think. But, you know, it's there. Let me grab this. I can try to solve this real quick. 2 false statements. The false statement is empty. This box is empty. A box with a false statement is empty. Well, that can't be true. And there has to be 2 false statements? I mean, this could be the one that's lying. I don't... If this one is telling the truth and it is empty, I mean, that's possible. If it's lying and there's something in it, then this one also has to be lying. I don't know. I've started to get to a point where I, like, vaguely think about it and then guess and then cry when I'm wrong. Even though, like, that's how that works. Sometimes in life you're just wrong. Alright, let's run all the way. I hate this. Wait, what is the reservoir, by the way? The reservoir is number 2. Right? And 2 also goes to this. So I can at least put some of the reservoir water away. I don't know that that's going to help. I need to figure out how to access that reserve pump. But I simply don't know. Alright, come on. Is it good? Are you happy? I don't think you're happy. No, that was not the correct direction. Okay. I don't really understand the boiler room directional thing, but if we gotta try again, we gotta try again. Although we have a limited number of steps. Okay. It's like that way. I'm gonna try left, and we'll come back and try middle if we have to. And we run. And we run and we sprint through the goddamn house, and we flip off this room in particular. Come on. Be correct. Shit. It was the middle one? Nope, not what I wanted. Okay. Right? Requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. So I guess it was the middle one. I'm still stressed about the pump, thinking about that situation. There we go. It's working, right? You can see, and you can see that. Oh, shit. Does there have to be, like, a direct connect? I'm gonna lose my mind if there has to be some kind of obnoxious, like, duct-based perfect connection between the 2 spaces. Like, do they have to be a certain distance? Oh, God. Okay. I have to be normal. I have to be normal about this. And we only have 4 steps. We finally get the 2, and it doesn't work. So maybe it has to be more direct. Like, it has to be... Because the boiler room lets you pick basically one of these 3 directions that the power gets piped to, which is ridiculous, but okay. So I'm guessing that means the lab has to be in the same row or column, which I think is a little fucking ridiculous. I should have gone for the stupid. And now We tragically cannot check. We only have 4 steps, so we can't get back to the, like, front to check the front of the house to check the fountain and the reservoir. And we're just gonna run out of space, and I'm just gonna yell at somebody. No yelling. Only joy and peace and rage. Throw me down the hole. Throw me down the hole. But I guess at least we'll see that the fountain is probably partially filled, and I'm gonna be sad about that. And I'll be able to do none of the things that I need to, but that's okay. It's good to confirm. I need to remember that you have to get the pool before you can get the pump room. Okay, you can at least still walk down a little. Day 25. Good God. We're a child. The birds are still there, you guys. Don't worry. Birds are still there. We're a child. We've just been left alone for, at this point, 3 weeks. Alright. This was my concern. Yeah. So this has to be completely drained. So either we need to find another way to enter the basement, or does that mean the basement's flooded too? Don't worry about it, Haley. Or we have to figure out the reserve thing. I'll do the trading post, but I won't be happy about it. Probably should have gone for the shelter, really, but one of the challenges I have with I think it's kind of any game that's like this, really, it's not specific to this one, is you can have these multiple goals of what you'd like to accomplish, but you are a little got by random. Like, I have to get lucky enough to pull things that I need. This is actually probably a waste of the corridor this early on, but that's okay. I mean, is it? Go to the bedroom. Check for things. No things. Okay. Well, there's the lab. Fine. I'm still mad about it. Oh, there's an apple. Wow, thanks. Oh, I forgot we can do the little experiment thing too here. Experiment set up. Ooh. A letter will be delivered to the mailroom. I haven't seen the mailroom in a while. We've only gotten 1 letter in the mailroom, and it was from our father. Let's do the spare room. And he had written it like the day we were packing to come here. And he has not heard from us in all of this time. I can't draft. No draft? It's a gem requirement or commissary. No draft a bit. Let me try redrawing. Yeah, this is fine. We'll do the den. We'll do the den. I don't know why I'm getting softer. Come on, boiler room. Somehow. Some way. No? Because if it's not this last room, we're a little fucked. Because then I don't think that it'll work. We'll try redrawing. No. Nope. No dice. So I don't think it matters if we get the boiler room. Because it won't be in like the right placement in association with the lab. I think that's a little too extra. It's like not only do you have to pull these 2 rooms in the same day, Which the laboratory, I think, is now a common room because I got the ability to make it a common room, like as a temporary, not temporary, but I got the ability to do that, so it's like an unlocked thing. But normally I think it isn't. I think it's like one rarity higher. So the rooms aren't common rooms, and you have to not only get them on the same day, but you have to get them placed in a specific orientation. Drafting strategy. Simon P. Jones. What? No, don't give me 2 brand new rooms at the same time. That's rude. A bookshop. I don't have any money. Let's go for the bookshop. What is all this then? A new clue sold out in hours. Oh, it should come as no surprise the latest book from local author Marianne Marigold is breaking literary records and making headlines, even in absentia. I'm guessing because she's MIA. The release of her new book, A New Clue, interesting, comes only 4 months after the distressful report of the author's mysterious and unexplained disappearance. Because it was already written. That's normal. Her current publisher has issued a statement debunking conspiracy theories surrounding the book's recent announcement, stating the writing of the book was completed and well into the editing stages many months before the disappearance. In addition, the publisher has revealed that all of the proceeds from the first edition sales will be going to Lasting Hope, a nonprofit that provides resources and intel in investigating missing persons. Still, the timing and convenient mysterious title of Marigold's third book have left many cynics denouncing the book and her disappearance as a cheap publicity stunt. Detective Bon Margol, who many theorize may have been the inspiration for A New Clue, was quoted as only saying that the book was unintentionally accurate. Regardless of their opinions, fans, pundits, cynics alike were sitting together elbow to elbow in bookshop queues this morning. To get their hands on what may very well be the last words ever written by the missing author. Ooh. When you missing as hell. Okay, so her third book, A New Clue. The weird thing is her other books were very clearly children's books, and this one it's weird. We go from like The Red Prince, Swinburne to A New Clue. Like what? When was it published? Okay, 4 months after her disappearance. So about June of 87. Okay, so we have proceeds to Lasting Hope, which is a nonprofit, finding missing persons or whatever. And then a potential connection to the detective. More mysteries than we gain. On loop, ad nauseum. Okay. Oh, look, Bishop. We don't even get to keep them. Oh my god. I mean, I'm gonna write these things down, but like... Oh my god. Alright. Why is there a bookshop in the manor? I kind of hate that. Alright, that's fine. First edition, 50 coin. And then A New Clue. This 50 coin. I don't know what Curse of the Black Bridge is. You know, I think there's a few too many mysteries. I think I'm starting to hit the point of like, I'm never, ever gonna play this game enough to get all of these books. I'm like, oh, tragedy. Ugh. Because I would like, I don't know, Realm and Rune. I don't know what the Curse of the Black Bridge one is about. Realm and Rune is probably connected to, similar to, or the exact book that we only found like a really fucked up version of, about like the rune signals and stuff. And yes, I do notice the window and how it has like its own little signal kind of thing. Sigils, that's right. Drafting Strategy Volume 4, which is 8 coins. And then also a little annoying that you can buy them and then they'll be sent to the library, which means you then have to draft. In order to draft or to check out a book in the library, you have to draft the library when the request thing is there, which is what we have right now. And then the next time we draft the library, the book will be here. But when you've got a book, you have to then draft it again to get this like little checkout slip back. You can't. There's like extra time in between, so that's a little annoying. And increasingly so, but that's life, I guess. Which way? To the den? To the den! Ugh. We want the observatory? I'll do the pantry. Apple! Apple! Well, I really don't want the fucking chapel now. Video room. Alright, let's give it a shot. 3 squared. It's 9. Oh shit. Okay. 16 divided by 8 plus 2 times 5. That's 20. Oh, nice. 10 squared is 100. Jesus Christ. Minus 20 for 80. Minus another 20 for 40. Divided by 6? That's not right. That's 100. Yellow subtraction. Minus 20, minus 20. So that would be 60. Duh. I know how to do math. Well, the silver key's nice. Pantry, parlor, or observatory? I don't know. We can clear out the parlor. Oop. Ugh. There we go. Alright. Boxes next to this box contain gems. Boxes next to this box. Do they all say that? Boxes. I'm crying. I want to say it's going to be the white one because, this one has to be lying. 2 boxes can't contain gems. And if this one's lying, then at least one of the others has to be true. They both have to be true in that case. Not another parlor, please. This one hard. One of the other statements, thank you. One of the other boxes, that's true. If you replace the word one in the other 2 statements with both, they will both be false. Great. Is that true? Both the other boxes, that would be false. Both of the other statements is false. I guess. So maybe it's in this one? Oh! Great. My joy is dead. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, fuck it. Because we're not... Oh. Is that the fucking crown? Jesus! I almost shat myself. I almost fucking shat myself. Oh my god. Oh, a lockpick. Great. It's not gonna actually do us. I don't know why I even bothered to pick us up, because we have officially locked ourselves in order to see this room for the lore. I'll read that in a second. They stole the crown. Oh no, because they were planning to steal the crown, so this is probably fake. It does look fake. There's this little box. What? Okay, great. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't know how this is working. The other one I've done was different. How does it decide? Huh. Oops, I fucked it up. Oh, I think it was something to do with, like, them being surrounded. I don't know. Ooh, my allowance has increased. Well, thank God. Maybe someday I'll be able to afford books. Dearest children. Who is Pharaoh? Oh, God. Just like, fuck. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let me make note of the closed exhibit. The pieces are in place and all rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Thursday. This Thursday, which this must be about the heist. The routine changing of guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportuned. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. Well, to be fair, we know it was... The theft was on 7/2, so that still makes sense. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards, 2 of which will be wearing black gloves and... Oh my god. In lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white gloved guard. Oh. I've been instructed to blind and gag themselves to spare us the extra minutes it would take your group to execute the task. However, this also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us. May the black skies shield us. May our fathers be proud of us. What? Because I'm also thinking about white and black is also a little bit of color theme here at places, but it hasn't been clear to me like what's going on with that. We should remember there's the reference to the black flag of the fallen, like Fen Ares or whatever, the history that we were reading. It talks about the black flags, which implies, oh, Learson, you know, it's related to that civil war and all that shit that went down. and this might be retaliatory. But I feel like it's also worth noting that Caleb Manning specifically was like, oh, until we meet on the White Shores. I don't know. Okay, let me make notes about these stupid guards. The white glove was a normie. The black gloves were on the thieves' side. And then there was like this weirdness around. The Black Shores. Guide us. The black skies shield us. Jesus Christ. And may our fathers be proud. I intentionally live in a way that my father would not be. And that's on purpose. In arms, your faithful soldier. I mean, I can look, but if there's something worth like zooming in on, it's usually obvious, thank God. What the fuck? So were they involved with somebody that they maybe shouldn't have been involved with? Like, I don't know. Oh, because their hands would be... What's the point of having them in here? Anyway. Oh my gosh. I really want... We don't have a key card. And we don't have any way to get one. We're all sorted. I guess we could actually go... We actually might be able to. If we leave and try to trade one of our items. We could simply trade an item. Look at that. Which way do I go? Through the books or the den? The den. Books, 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 books. Wait. The fuck? I'm confusion. Where am I? I went the wrong ass way. I really should be more cautious. This... Where the heck... I went the wrong way again. How am I doing this? Is it because there's two dens and I'm going into the wrong one? No. Oh, it's because I can't go directly there. I have to go through the spare bedroom. I don't know why I thought I could get directly to the front from here. Fuck this room. Fuck this puzzle. I really do want to, like, satisfactorily finish this game, but, like, it's really testing me. It is testing me and my patience. Because I feel like after this much, I've done several streams. I had, like, a 6-hour stream. There's too much going on. Have less stuff. Let me solve some mysteries and move on with my life. I could get rid of this for the battery pack, sure. Ooh, for the key card, actually, yeah, I'll take that. A rabbit's foot. For salts, for the coin purse. I'm actually gonna take the salt. So you could keep trading things and hope to get something else that you want, but I'm gonna have these items. Salt is good for getting you more steps. Which we may need because I got so lost. Okay. So we are going to go all the fucking way around to the den and then I'll check. Give me some steps. Thank you. Purple room. Okay, and then from the den, we want to go to the pantry. Pantry route. Ooh. Clean, clear, and under control. 2 nooks in a row. That's not dizzying at all. All right. Yeah, we could do this. Hit this thing. Kind of wish the safes would stay open. But whatever. I think I'm just getting a little impatient. Let's see, we can go this way first. The garage. Security would be great, actually. So that I can set it up to have a lot of doors. A lot of security doors. Okay. We'll go this way. A secret passage. Actually, I'd rather get a storeroom. Boop. And some gems. And a key. We almost have enough to buy one of the smaller books. I don't know if they're going to be worth it, though. If they're just going to be like tips. Sick tips and or tricks. I do not know. I do not know. Fuck the pump room. So mad. Because here's the thing. I don't know how to access that stupid reserve thing. Fuck it. I'm not optimistic we'll make much progress in this game day. Because we only have 9 steps left. And that's... Ooh, lockpick. That... Let's do the workshop. Why not? Can I combine any of this? I didn't think so. Oh, I was kind of hoping I could. Lame. This is an S. I can double check myself for this. Yeah. It's nice thing about the workshop is it puts the letter right there for you. Did it take me a while to figure that out? Haha. More money. Money. Oh, yes, of course. Wait, do I have the chapel? I don't know. I don't. But if I get it, I'll get 30 coins. And then, damn. And then that will be good. Ooh. Give me those coins. 30 coins. Oh my god, miracles. And then a few more. It's 50 coins to get the full history of Orindia or our mom's book. I'm tempted to see if we can squeak out a few more. Probably not. Code check. Should I check something? You know what? I'm going to open coat check, but I'm not going to go in there. We also do not have enough steps, actually, to be fucking around like this. So how far away? 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 5. No. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have all this money. And we can't even get to the bookshop. Actually, yes, we can. Yes! Give me the pizza! I will be having dinner. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, perfect. So now I need to be extra careful. But I should at least be able to open the door. You see money in there? Like, any money? Fuck it. No! Oh, what is this? What is this? Greater chance of finding items. Oh, that's nice. It's the first time I got the rabbit's foot. I saw it at the trade today, but I didn't think anything of it. Is that it for us, actually? Okay, yeah, no, there's the other exit from the closed exhibit. Well, let's make our way downtown. Walking fast, faces pass, etc. And see... You know, I should check while I can, actually. If I check inventory... Okay, I can see that there is... Paper crown. Does that mean I can take it from the closed exhibit? Sorry, what? Can I take that? The fact that it lists it as an item implies that I also can steal. Kick his ass down. I will be... Black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. Whereas sacrifice striking only when he takes a recess. Spares the extras. Once we reach the exhibit, it will truly be on our own. How would I even... I could just take like one tiny step. How would I even get the crown? Money. Doing it for the money. Yes. Did that change? No, it didn't. I'm being paranoid. This is, yeah, this is where, hello. First of all, do I need to run payroll? Okay, great. Could spread some gold. Excellent. This is where the letter is that has the post ransom. Grab the gem. Mr. Sinclair. Oh, here's your own little red letter. X, bitch. Oh. I wish I had drawn this room before, but I don't. What am I looking at? How? What? What the fuck? It says foundation. I was supposed to, okay, to get a room that has an open door to face where the elevator... Okay. This is excellent. Now here, the real question is whether that's... But that room doesn't change, is its whole thing. So it simply doesn't change. I might... How far do I have to... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. It's 9 away right now for the bookshop, and we don't have enough money. But there's coins spread about in rooms before this, so it might be better to just head back now and hopefully find 3 more coins. And there's 2. Great. Coins? Yes. Okay, perfect. I can't believe I bitched and we got our hands... It's because of the fucking... I went the wrong way, didn't I? No, I'm fine. The ambition of the pawn really showed the fuck up for us. Oh, there it is. Alright, now here's the real question. Do we want... I'm inclined to a new clue. I vote new clue. And then I'm going to change this? No, I can't. It won't show the new clue until next time. Meh. But that's fine, because then we'll look at the last of the regular ones. The last of the normies. We can't even get into the foundation. We might be able to get into the foundation. Okay, we gotta go back the way we came. Unlikely though. So we are almost out of steps. Wee. You spin me right around, baby, right around. Alright, yep, we're in the office and in the conference room. And we made it in the hallway. What is this? Oh, the East Wing Hall. I feel like I don't see it nearly as often as I see the opposite. Ooh, can we get... I mean, yeah, we can. Ah! Wait, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna get knocked the fuck out? Oh. No. What? What is this? Oh, shit. Well, we're gonna lose that. I don't know if it'll be here again. Ah, fuck. Okay, so there's several ways into the basement. Yay. Which means we're gonna have to go the whole get to the antechamber, get to the foundation, get this unlocked thing. And then I don't know what I did here, but hopefully it sticks. A clock and a lock. I think I already knew what that was going to say, though. Because I think it's C, right? Yeah, it's C. Well, fuck. Okay, but let me take this back up with the last step that I have. Look at that. Oh, don't I have a shovel? Very nice. Pebbles. Not even worth picking up. Oh, a single coin. That's it. Well, that's it for us. I'm glad. Although there was no hint. Whatever. I can bitch all I want. I think I've just seen way too many things. It's probably because my phone figured out that I've been playing this game. You know, they spy on us. It's fine. And so I see a bunch of stuff keep popping up on like my feeds and stuff where it's like, oh, Blue Princess Game of the Year, Blue Princess Game of the Year. It's a great game in a lot of ways, but I haven't finished it yet, and I feel like that's going to really determine a lot. Does not reset each day, which is good to know, but also a little scary, because like, what does that mean? Does that mean the elevator might be stuck somewhere? I don't know. Piety of the Bishop. So we now know that we can feel the fountain again if we want and be like, fuck it, haha, because the fountain is just one entrance. But like, kind of what's the point of the fountain? Because you don't, do you need, I don't remember when I unlocked the foundation, so maybe you have to have accomplished that first. I don't remember. And we knew that there was like there was another entrance, and this was one of them. But it is a little annoying, but not surprising, that we're gonna have to go through the whole thing of like, get all the way to the antechamber, get the fucking key, get to the foundation, use that to unlock that one, that door to the basement. He'd unlock that door to the basement, and then be able to continue exploring the basement zone. All right, well, that is going to be it for today in every sense, I think. We're going to call it for the game. We're going to call it for the stream. I still want to continue working on this. I enjoy, like, the mysteries and the fun of all of this and figuring things out, but at the same time, I do sometimes find myself frustrated, obviously, with some of the puzzles and some of the what feels like excessive requirements that seem to exist more so for the sake of frustration or padding than they do for, like, an actual purpose. But maybe that's a preference thing, because I'm like, what do you mean there was all those extra books with, like, more, I mean, there's value there, whatever, but what do you mean there's several entrances and every single one requires you to do the thing where you go all the way to the antechamber and get the key and then go all the way there? Like, what does that mean? Anyway, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for showing up. Shout out Rogue and Rogue and Agent, the two people that make up Agent Rogue. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope y'all are doing well and stay doing well. And have a fucking great I almost just left early. All right, have a great fucking day, you guys. Goodbye. Da na 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 da na na na.